So James O'Keefe Media got an undercover video of this guy, John Bryan, who was Prince Andrew's crisis advisor, saying that, or confirming that effectively, let's say, whatever Prince Andrew denied on that BBC interview, well, it did happen. He actually was with underage girls, at least as this guy says in this video. But let's take a look at his body language to see if this is for real or he was just trying to impress the lady who was right beside him. You know, the one who was interrogating him in an undercover way. In case you don't know, this guy also had an affair with Sarah Ferguson, allegedly. I have not confirmed this, but maybe some of you can already confirm that in the comments. And if you haven't seen that, you have to see my analysis of the Prince Andrew interview. I will leave you a link in the description of this video, and as well my analysis, my forensic analysis of the photo that started it all. So let's begin with the first clip of this and see his body language at the same time that he speaks, because I have a couple observations about this that I'm going to share with you at the end of the video.
Tell me like your story.
So my story, you want to know my story?
What?
Like, I've been so famous at times when I was on the front page of every newspaper on the planet.
Well, first of all, yeah, his first remarks, the guy is really excited, saying that he was really famous when he was in all the newspapers in the world. I think that he is a bit sloshed. He is way too excited. He is quite not discreet. He is rather bragging about that. So that is the first red flag. You know, when a man wants to impress a woman, or when a man has drank a bit too much, they have this very ample gestures, or maybe they have this attitude that is so anti-persuasive that is the exact opposite. The result is the exact opposite of what they intend. But let's continue. Where's my cursor? Where's my cursor?
Because I was working with the Queen of England.
Okay.
You know, she's Queen Elizabeth. I was working with all the families. Princess Diana was one of my best friends. And I met the Duchess of York.
You notice that the guy is really happy. He claims that he was real close friends with Lady Di, which, by the way, some royal journalists online have already claimed that that was not true, that he is exaggerating the facts, that he did not work for Queen Elizabeth. Again, maybe some of you can help me with this one, but for me, from the body language perspective, yeah, this guy, it doesn't look like the real deal. Like he's like saying all this just to brag. He's a bit way too happy. I think he has had one too many gin tonics.
Okay.
That's Prince Andrew's wife. They were separated. And then Sarah and I sort of fell in love.
You know, it's the kind of things, you know how they say that real men don't talk about their let's say their relationships or their women or whatever you want to call it. Like it's bad manners, and only from his expression and gestures, I would like my confidence on whatever he's saying has dropped. It began like at 70%. It has already dropped at 50%. I have not much confidence on what he's saying due to the way that he is articulating, the way that he's trying to impress a woman. And he says, but maybe saying that he fell in love with Sarah Ferguson. I think that is not very romantic or very sexy, but not because of Sarah Ferguson. But if you're trying to impress a woman, talking about your past relationships, not a great plan.
I sort of fell in love, and we lived together for like 7 years.
5-7 years. All right, we lived together for like 5-7 years. That's another thing that beyond body language, I hear that and I say, wait a second, you don't know if those were 5 or 7 years? You were not aware of that time frame? For example, you can have like 2 years of or a guesswork of 2 years if you're talking about 20 or 22 years. Okay, that's something that is you're talking about the 10% of the time frame. But here you don't know if it were like 5 or 7 years. I don't know. If he had said 5 or 6 years, that's one thing. If he had said 6 or 7 years, that's one thing. But 5 or 7 years, no, that is strange.
In my house, New England. And I raised their 2 little children. They're so cute.
Wait, her
They're
kids?
just usually. Those are my children.
Yeah, no, wait a second. There's also the fact that how he is speaking. I'm gonna play this in slow motion as I speak. Is that the only times that I've seen men speaking like this is because either you're gay, it's you have this mannerisms, you are this nonchalant. I don't know how to express that, or you're drunk. All right, and this looks more as in those expressions. Yeah, it looks like he's more than drunk than anything. So again, confidence level has dropped to 40%, 30%, because well, when a man is drunk, he can say whatever, not remember what he said the next day.
Day to day, raised. I was father to those.
So he claims that he was the father. Essentially, he raised Princess Beatrice and Eugenie. He said that. Well, all right. So.
Oh, very good. Oh no, we're very civilized. We go have dinner.
I didn't get that. Were you friends with Prince Andrew? Oh yeah, we were very civilized. I don't know. Maybe my level of English doesn't. I don't have the level of English to understand that expression. Maybe you can help me out with that one. But then we'd go have dinner at his house.
We'd have dinner at my house to see his kids. So then we go on a holiday in the south of France, and I get a big property, like 10 acres,
Okay.
right near Central Bay, right? You know, nobody has 10 acres. I'm on the biggest property, beautiful house.
Okay.
So notice that he's bragging about having a big property on the south of France, 10 acres, and nobody has 10 acres. As in like, is the most 10-acre property in the 10-acre history of the south of France. Yeah, no, the guy is bragging about that.
And I rent it so that we have privacy, right?
And then he says, I rent it so we get privacy, right? Because the
The
paparazzi.
paparazzi are everywhere.
What is that?
Hundreds.
Okay.
Paparazzi, not 10, not 20,
Okay.
hundreds. I know.
And this is already when Prince Andrew
Yes, Prince Andrew.
doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's on the fucking. He was in the Navy. He was too.
Yeah, I can hear the Village People song in the Navy in my head.
250 days at sea. Never saw us again.
Some people also claim that no, Prince Andrew was never 250 days at sea. But again, those claims are easy to verify or deny. So this is the part in which they begin to talk about Prince Andrew's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And the lady asks a direct question: was he, Prince Andrew, already cheating and involved with Epstein? And he says that there were other girls, and there's a pacifying gesture right there. There were other girls, and there's a pacifying gesture that he has not done. A pacifying gesture, just the hand off on the nose, at any point during this recording. That is odd.
Other girls. I was so pissed about that.
I was so pissed about that. Oh, he was angry at his friend with other
I
girls.
was really pissed. I was really pissed because he lied to me about it.
So Yeah, lied about what? This is the part in which I don't understand how you have this sequence of questions and you have answers, and you're gonna realize at the end of the most important clip that something is missing. Let's see if you can spot what is missing.
Epstein. Yeah. No, I knew he saw him, but he lied to me that he was such a close friend.
So essentially, what the guy is saying is that he was pissed about Prince Andrew not telling him that he was a close friend of Jeffrey Epstein. All right, this is all that he has said so far, and we have just 10 seconds of video left. All right, again, you're gonna notice that something is missing.
And then I did a big thing in the Daily Mail saying that I believed Andrew, and then I found out he was lying.
So he said that he believed in him, but what did he believe in? He believed that what Prince Andrew was saying to him, that he supported him throughout that, I don't know if throughout the BBC interview, or he supported him in some way. And then 5 seconds left in the video. Lying about what? You know, being with underage girls. And then he says something that I found it interesting, that so far in all the captions of this video from O'Keefe Media, the captions have been on point, but he says the word no, and it is not included in here. All right? You're going to hear it. I'm going to play it again. You're going to realize that he says no and something about, yeah, the being with underage girls. Here it comes.
No, there's underage girls.
And he said, and this were my captions, me listening, that's what I heard. No, there's effing underage girls. That's not cool. And wait a second, that is a bit ambiguous. That sentence doesn't make sense. Again, we can listen to that third time, just in case you can listen it for yourself.
Saying that I believed Andrew, and then I found out he was lying. I was so pissed. No, there's underage girls.
And that's the end of the clip. And now it's the time that I ask you, do you realize what is missing here? Because throughout this 2 minutes of a video, the interviewer or the lady who was questioning him, you know, in an undercover way, made sure to double down on all those questions, to re-ask the questions or ask the question a second time whenever was needed. But this time, he said the words about, you know, effing underage girls, and there's no second questioning of that. The clip just ends. There's no more than that. So it is my understanding, or it's my opinion. One, the guy was sloshed. Okay, that's one thing. Second, the guy was bragging and exaggerating in his gestures, in his voice, in his demeanor, everything. He is not saying explicitly what was going on. And if he didn't say that explicitly, why the lady did not ask a second question? I don't know if there's a longer clip of this, but this was shared by James O'Keefe on his account, so it would make sense of the most important part, the most relevant part, to include if there was a second question or if there was a clearer statement from this John Bryan. Again, the other thing that I found suspicious is that his words do not match with the captions that were in O'Keefe Media's video. So I don't know. This sorry to say that this looks like a nothing burger. Not defending Prince Andrew. I am not invested. I have no horse in this race. But again, I'm trying to be fair, and I don't think this is a video that you could rely too much into, because, by the way, and this is another thing that we should mention, the video is around 6.5 minutes long on James O'Keefe's account, And you see that the precise moment in which this John Bryan claims this is like 5 seconds. So you have to do all this for 5 seconds of no. That is a bit suspicious. You would be way more direct. If this was really breaking news, you would be way more direct. But again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember to download my free 100 body language tips in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.